Assalamu alaikum, my dear brothers and sisters. Have you ever wondered how you can bring more barakah into your life? Well, what if I told you there's a simple practice you can do after every Salah that can unlock hidden blessings you never imagined? Yes, you heard that right. After every prayer, there's a transformative act that many overlook, but trust me, if you start doing this today, you'll thank me later. Imagine barakah in your time, wealth, family, and even your peace of mind. Sounds too good to be true, right? But it's not. All it takes is one small, consistent change that'll make a big impact on your life. So, stay tuned, because I'm about to share something incredibly powerful with you today that will change how you approach your Salah forever. Drop a comment below if you're ready to unlock more barakah in your life. I'm excited to hear what this could do for you. Have you ever experienced the power of barakah in your life? Whether it was in your health, finances, or time, share your story in the comments below. I'd love to hear how barakah has shown up for you. Before starting this video, don't forget to like this video because it gives us a lot of strength to continue sharing beneficial content. And I invite you to subscribe to our channel and activate the notification bell to stay informed of our next publications on the Islamic faith. Share it with your loved ones and leave a comment to tell me what you think. Thank you and good video. Explanation of barakah. Barakah is the divine blessing that Allah bestows upon something, making it far more effective, abundant, and meaningful than it would be naturally. It's not just about material wealth, though it certainly can show up in that area, but also about peace, success, and contentment in all areas of life. The Quran tells us that Allah grants barakah upon whatever He wills, and it manifests in different forms, in your health, your family, your finances, and even your time. When you have barakah in your life, it feels like you have more hours in the day, your efforts go further, and everything you do is filled with ease and success. In Surah Al-Baqarah, Allah reminds us, "And He it is who gave you life after you were dead, and He will cause you to die. Then He will bring you to life again." 2:28. In this verse, Allah's barakah isn't just in life itself, but in how everything we experience is elevated by His will. Think about this. When you are blessed with barakah, time becomes abundant. Your productivity increases, and things that once felt impossible suddenly become manageable. You feel a deep sense of peace and gratitude, even in the midst of challenges. Subhanallah, this is the power of divine barakah. Real life story. There's a true story of a man from our community who was struggling with his work life. He felt there wasn't enough time in the day to accomplish everything he needed to do. His work was piling up, and he felt overwhelmed. One day, he started making a habit of saying a dua for barakah after every Salah, asking Allah to grant him barakah in his time and efforts. To his surprise, within a week, his productivity skyrocketed. He started completing tasks quicker, feeling more focused, and even noticed that things around him seemed to fall into place. What was once an overwhelming workload became manageable, and his sense of calm returned. Subhanallah, this was a clear example of how barakah can change the course of our lives. By seeking barakah in his prayers, he found more than just a solution. He found peace and success. Do you feel like you're running out of time or struggling to find peace in your life? Comment below and share your experiences. How do you think barakah could change your life? Let's talk about how you've seen barakah work for you, or how you hope it could show up. Importance of Salah and connection with Allah. Salah is so much more than just a physical act of worship. It is a profound, intimate, spiritual connection with Allah. Every time we stand for prayer, we are not just bowing or prostrating, we are humbling ourselves before our Creator, acknowledging our need for His mercy, guidance, and blessings. It's a moment where the heart is purified and we can openly ask for Allah's forgiveness and guidance in every aspect of our lives. Allah tells us in Surah Al-Baqarah, "And establish the prayer and give the zakah, and whatever good you put forward for yourselves, you will find it with Allah." 2110. This verse reminds us that Salah is not only an act of devotion, but it is also the key to unlocking Allah's mercy and endless blessings. It is through prayer that we nourish our souls and elevate our spiritual state. When we pray with sincerity and focus, it's as if we are placing a direct call to Allah, connecting with Him in a way that brings His divine barakah into our lives. In fact, the more we connect with Allah through Salah, the more His blessings pour into our hearts and every aspect of our lives. Every Salah becomes an opportunity to ask for barakah, to seek Allah's favor in everything we do, our families, our work, our health, and our time. Real life story. I recall the story of a brother in our community who once struggled with doubt and a lack of faith. Despite his outward efforts, he didn't truly understand the transformative power of Salah. During a particularly challenging time in his life, when his business was on the verge of collapse, and his heart was heavy with uncertainty, he decided to turn to Allah sincerely in his Salah. With every prayer, he asked Allah not only for help, but for barakah in his work and guidance in his life. He begged Allah to show him a way forward. Subhanallah, within that very same night, his business took an unexpected turn for the better. What he had been struggling with for months, Allah resolved in an instant. Not only did his financial situation improve, but his heart also filled with peace. He gained a deeper understanding of how Salah can bring us closer to Allah's infinite blessings. This experience profoundly impacted his faith, and he began to pray with renewed sincerity, knowing that every Salah was a chance to invite Allah's mercy and barakah into his life. Have you ever felt like your Salah was a direct conversation with Allah? When you pray, how does it affect your heart and the way you see the world? I'd love to hear your experiences in the comments below. Let's talk about how Salah has transformed your life and brought you closer to Allah's blessings. The specific dua to say after Salah. Now, the moment you've been waiting for, the powerful dua to say after every Salah. This dua is simple yet incredibly effective in attracting barakah into your life. It's a prayer asking Allah to place His blessings in everything you do. This dua is known as the dua for barakah, and it goes like this. O Allah, place barakah in our actions. It's such a short and straightforward dua, but its impact is immense. By saying this prayer after Salah, you're directly inviting Allah's blessings into every aspect of your life. Whether it's your work, your family, your time, or your health. This simple dua calls for barakah in all of it. And remember, when Allah places barakah in something, it multiplies and becomes more than you could ever have imagined. Barakah makes things easier, more fruitful, and more rewarding. When you ask for Allah's barakah, you are essentially asking for divine intervention in everything you do. Real life story. I know of a sister, a mother of 4, who used to feel completely overwhelmed by her daily responsibilities. Between managing her home, caring for her children, and fulfilling other duties, she was constantly exhausted and felt like there just weren't enough hours in the day. One day, a friend shared this dua with her, the dua for barakah to be placed in her actions. She decided to make it a part of her routine, saying it after every Salah. Incredibly, over time, she began to notice a profound shift. Her days started feeling lighter, and tasks that once felt impossible started to flow easily. She told me, "It was as if Allah was making everything work out for me without me even realizing it." Subhanallah. What used to be overwhelming became manageable, and she found herself completing her duties with less stress and more peace. This was the power of Barakah, her sincere dua after Salah had transformed her daily life. Try saying this dua after your next Salah and share your experience with us in the comments below. How did it affect your day? I'd love to hear how this simple but powerful prayer brings more ease and blessings into your life. Stories from the Quran. How prophets prayed for Barakah. In the Quran, we find numerous stories of prophets asking Allah for Barakah, and these stories not only serve as guidance, but also as powerful reminders of the impact of prayer and supplication. One of the most beautiful stories is that of Prophet Ibrahim, a.s., whose life exemplified the profound effects of asking for Barakah in one's actions. In Surah Ibrahim, we see how Prophet Ibrahim, a.s., made a heartfelt prayer asking for Barakah not only in his own life, but in the life of his descendants as well. He said, "And remember when Ibrahim prayed, 'My Lord, make this city secure and keep me and my sons away from worshipping idols.'" Surah Ibrahim 14:35. Prophet Ibrahim, a.s., wasn't just praying for his immediate needs. He was asking for Barakah in the city of Makkah, in the hearts of his children, and in the legacy that would follow him. Allah responded to this prayer by not only blessing Prophet Ibrahim, a.s., with a secure city, but also granting him a blessed lineage. His descendants, including prophets like Ismail, a.s., and Muhammad, became the bearers of Allah's message to the world, and his name remains revered to this day. Through his supplications, Ibrahim, a.s., found Barakah in his descendants, his legacy, and the land itself. This story teaches us that when we ask for Barakah, it isn't limited to just one part of our lives. Barakah has the potential to transform entire aspects of our existence, whether it's our health, wealth, family, or even the legacy we leave behind. The sincerity of our prayers and supplications opens the doors for Allah's blessings to reach us in ways we may not even imagine. Real-life story. I recall a brother from our community who was struggling with a lack of peace in his family life. His home, which should have been a place of tranquility, felt tense, and he was constantly battling misunderstandings and discord among his family members. One evening, after hearing the story of Prophet Ibrahim's prayer for Barakah, he decided to follow that example. He prayed earnestly to Allah, asking for Barakah in his home, in his relationship with his wife, and in the hearts of his children. Subhanallah, over time, the atmosphere in his home began to shift. There was a noticeable sense of peace that settled in the house, and the tension that once seemed constant started to fade away. His family life transformed from one of stress to one of understanding, love, and mutual respect. Everyone in the household felt the change, and the brother often mentioned how he could feel the tranquility and Barakah Allah had placed in his home. Just like Prophet Ibrahim's, a.s., supplications were answered, this brother found his prayer for Barakah in his family life answered as well. What do you think about the story of Prophet Ibrahim's prayer? How does it inspire you to ask for Barakah in your own life? Share your thoughts below. I'd love to hear how you've seen Barakah manifest in your own life and how you plan to ask Allah for it in your prayers. Practical tips for invoking Barakah. To truly benefit from Barakah and see its impact in every aspect of your life, here are some practical steps you can take after every Salah. Consistency in Salah. The first and most important step to invoking Barakah is to make sure your Salah is regular and sincere. Salah is your direct connection with Allah, and the more consistent you are in maintaining this connection, the more Barakah you attract. Strive to pray with devotion and mindfulness, focusing on the beauty of your worship and the opportunity to seek Allah's mercy. The more you invest in your Salah, the more Allah's blessings will pour into your life. Say the dua for Barakah. As mentioned earlier, incorporate the dua for Barakah into your routine after each Salah. The dua goes like this: Allahumma ij'al fi a'malina barakatan. O Allah, place barakah in our actions. This dua is simple yet powerful. By consistently saying this prayer after Salah, you're inviting Allah's blessings into every action you take, every decision you make, and every area of your life. Whether it's your work, your relationships, or your health, this dua invites barakah to make everything easier, more fruitful, and more rewarding. Increase your gratitude. Barakah often comes hand in hand with a heart full of gratitude. Allah tells us in the Quran, "If you are grateful, I will surely increase your favor upon you." Surah Ibrahim 14:7. Make it a habit to thank Allah for both the big and small blessings in your life. Whether it's your family, your health, your provision, or simply waking up to a new day, acknowledge these blessings and thank Allah for them. Gratitude opens the door for barakah to flow into your life. Give in charity. Charity is one of the most powerful ways to attract barakah. Allah says in the Quran, "The example of those who spend in His path is like that of a seed which grows 7 ears, with each ear having 100 grains." Surah Al-Baqarah 2261. When you give in charity, whether big or small, you are planting seeds of barakah in your life and your wealth. Allah promises that He will multiply your reward and increase your blessings in ways you can't even imagine. Charity not only benefits others, but also brings peace and barakah into your own life. Real life story. There's a young man I know who made a commitment to give a small portion of his earnings in charity each month. At first, it felt like a small step, but over time, he began to notice significant changes. His wealth began to grow, but even more noticeable was the increase in his peace of mind and happiness. He said, "I never expected that my small act of charity would bring so much peace into my life." His heart felt lighter, and he noticed a deeper sense of contentment that he hadn't experienced before. He is convinced that the barakah he found in his life was a result of his consistent charity. Subhanallah, his experience serves as a powerful reminder of how giving can open the doors to endless blessings. What steps will you take today to bring barakah into your life? Will you focus on increasing your gratitude, saying the dua for barakah, or perhaps giving in charity? Let's discuss in the comments. I'm excited to hear how you plan to invite more barakah into your life. Conclusion and call for action. Subhanallah, by incorporating this simple practice after every salah, you can begin to experience the immense barakah Allah has waiting for you. It's not just about material gain, it's about peace, fulfillment, and a deeper sense of connection with your Creator. When we ask Allah for barakah, we invite His mercy into every aspect of our lives, whether it's our work, our relationships, or our health. It transforms not just our circumstances, but our hearts as well. So remember, after every salah, say the dua for barakah. Allahumma ij'al fi a'malina barakatan. O Allah, place barakah in our actions. Increase your gratitude. Thank Allah for His countless blessings, and strive to give in charity, no matter how small the amount. These small actions, done consistently, will lead to immense rewards and blessings in your life. Let's all make this a habit together, and inshallah, watch how our lives change for the better. Allah's blessings are abundant, and He is waiting for us to seek them. Let's take that step today. If you're ready to start this journey of seeking barakah, hit that like button, subscribe for more content, and don't forget to share your experiences in the comments below. I want to hear how this is changing your life. Together, we can support each other in making barakah a part of our daily lives.